We're also looking at the trade negotiations that you mentioned that are ongoing in Beijing. We got, of course, the delegation from the United States in China as they wrap things up today. But next week, Liu He will be heading over to Washington for, that's right, as the talks continue. What kind of outcome do you expect? And on the back of that, how do you expect the market to trade while all of this is happening?
It's always a no-deal situation at this moment. No, the 8th round, maybe the 9th round, maybe the 10th round of the trade talks will continue. So, in fact, the market, the focus now is not only in the trade talks, because we won't see any very significant improvement or clear results very soon. So, markets focus go back to like the fundamentals, like the earnings and stuff. As you said, like CCB dropped 1% and China Life dropped significantly, definitely in line with expectation after the profit warning. So like ICBC, no change. So if you talk about the earnings, fundamentals, nothing's so surprised. So I don't think it will, the Hang Seng Index itself, just lack of momentum to rebound.
Give us your sense on how you see the yuan being positioned from here, Dickie. It's sitting at 7.85, the lower end of the currency band. Do you expect that as talks with U.S. fructify, that band would change, that the range would kind of shift, and we would perhaps see more strength? Because also, remember, there's a lot of pent-up interest in China, which is likely to come in because of the MSCI weighted change. Goldman Sachs was pegging the number at $60 billion worth of flows likely to come in towards the latter half of this year. What's your sense?
Yes, as we all know, some of the Chinese bonds will be included in the worldwide indexes very soon. And as I said, I don't really see any room for the Federal Reserve to hike the interest rate. Instead, they may cut the interest rate in December, the earliest. So I don't really see that there's any rate change in the U.S. in the next quarter or two. So it definitely gives some kind of support for the yuan, for the renminbi itself. But in terms of the economy, like Premier Li Keqiang, they said they have to do something to boost the local economy and especially domestic consumption. So I think the renminbi will stabilize at this current level and will continue to trade at this level, no matter the onshore or on the offshore, renminbi will trade at 6.7 to 6.8.
Hi, I'm Emily Tan, and thanks for watching CNBC. You can check out more of our videos by clicking on the boxes on the screen, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more. Thanks for watching.